I think we're good. Yeah.
You can hear everyone?
Yeah.
Yes. I did it.
Good stuff.
Audio is solved.
Yay. Thank
For
Joe.
eternity.
Thank Joe, because he fixed it for us last week.
Yeah. Joe works magic even from afar.
I know, right?
I thought like the man's
We love him. He's wonderful.
Yes.
Tendrils go far. All right, cool. Well, hey everyone, welcome to Rivals of Waterdeep, season 6 finale, episode 60.
Yeah.
So let's go around and share who we are, what we do, our characters, and all that good stuff. Starting with Tanya.
Hey, my name's Tanya. I play Sleece Astorio, your human grumpy paladin. Sleece's pronouns are she, her, which I forgot last week. Sorry about that. And we'll see what happens in this shenaniganry of snails and whatever else may happen.
I guess we.
Yes,
hi, hi, everybody. My name is Brandon Stinnis. I play Ren Leodon. Pronouns for both me and Ren are he, him.
Hey guys, I am Cicero Holmes. I play Perrin Underbow, your halfling bard. Both Perrin and my pronouns are he, him.
And I am Latia Bryant playing your punchy Aarakocra monk, Dahani. Both Dahani's pronouns and mine are she, her.
Ooh, punchy. I like that. Punchy. And nice. I'm Sharif Jackson, your DM. My pronouns are he, him. NPCs are varied. And the snails are who knows. All right, great. So why don't we start off by giving some people shout outs that support us before we get into the recap. Start out with D&D Beyond, our character sheets, our source books, all that great stuff. Looking up spells. If you want your all your D&D stuff available digitally, make sure to go to dndbeyond.com and check out their arsenal of stuff there. And we are I should remember what bundle that we're giving away, because I always have to ask.
Adventure.
We are giving an adventure bundle, which is very, very good. Not legendary, but it's a great bundle. So if you're in the Twitch chat, you will see a code that you can enter in, and then there will be a raffle later in the show. You have to be in the chat to win, so don't enter and then leave if you want a chance at that bundle. So check out tndbeyond.com. We also have dice vaults and trays from Wormwood Gaming, WIRM Wood Gaming. Go to wormwoodgaming.com and use the code RIVALS for free domestic shipping. We also have dice from Level Up Dice, and we are in their Diceomancy program where we get points and stuff if you buy things from our link. So if you go to bit.ly/LUD Rivals of Waterdeep and order some things, we will get points and level up and get things, and then hopefully raffle those things back off to you. So make sure to check out Level Up Dice there. We also have notebooks from the Rook and the Raven. So if you want to write your stuff down and then erase it and write it down again, and then erase it and write it down again, you can go to the Rook and the Raven.com and use the code RIVALS for 15% off. And then Eldritch Foundry, we posted some fantastic shots of our minis that were recently painted. They were very, very awesome. So make sure to go to eldritch-foundry.com and use the code RIVALSDND for 10% off. Yeah, those minis were phenomenal. So, all right, cool. So that's all the people that like support us. Shout out. Yeah, for sure. So let's go into a recap from last week. So previously on Rivals of Waterdeep. Whoosh, whoosh. So like you can't see my hands because of the virtual background. You kind of see them. Kind of go in and out. All right, so everybody's up to speed on last week. So we don't need a recap. Let's go into the show. No, we do.
No, we really do.
We really do. All right, so does anybody remember how we started?
Oh, God.
Well, Ren was being attacked by why is his name slipping my head?
Gideon.
Gideon, yeah, was being chased by Gideon.
Yeah. So we ended, with the Castlanders effectively being defeated by the Never Embers with some help from Dahani, Solis, and Rin. I think it began with Dahani going outside to check out what was going on.
Somebody went outside.
Yeah.
Oh no. So Ram was at the door and Ram was coming back in.
Yes.
And as Ram was coming back in, Gideon tried to attack him.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I believe you nat 20 or something really high
Yeah.
to sense that because I was definitely gonna have you get stabbed. But you sense it, which is great. Yeah. And then we found out that that people were connected to these snails.
Right.
Because
Yes.
Duo, who had ran out and was covered in clothes
Yes.
from Aaron. He's a stabber, of course.
Yeah.
He really hates snails. He went and stabbed one,
Duo did what he does best, which
and
is
then we
stealing
heard
and stabbing.
screaming while that snail was being stabbed. So we already knew that there was a snail connection from, I think it was episode 3 or 4 when Duo killed another snail that morphed into the body of Thavius Creed. So there's more stuff here. Yeah. So we saw all that stuff. And then Perrin was still, whining and dining. Aaron upstairs. He's actually the first one that saw Duo, and then Duo ran downstairs.
Yes.
And then Perrin went downstairs and just observed what was going on.
Yeah. So I have a question.
Yeah.
There was this subplot to try and get Perrin to drink some tea.
Yes.
And he refused to drink the tea unless Aaron was also going to drink some.
Yes.
What would have happened if Perrin drank the
Oh,
tea?
I'm gonna tell you that.
Okay.
Maybe a post season chat or
Oh.
something.
All right.
We could talk about that. Yeah, look at you during the recap.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
Sneaky.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So, anyone remember what happened after that?
We fought Trenchcoat Slimer.
Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
So you felt a shimmer through the window, which happened after the snail was being stabbed, by the way. And this was the window that you saw Baphomet in at the end of the Castlander games. And now you saw this huge bulbous green thingy with a trench coat, affectionately known as Trenchcoat Slimer. And we had a battle with him. He was had a bunch of immunities, had a very high AC, if you remember.
Oh yeah.
There were definitely some 18s and 19s that were missing.
Yeah.
But y'all did do some decent damage on him, and you had I think Solis had bound Gideon, and he broke free from his restraints, and he sort of swan dived, more like a running spear at Trenchcoat Slimer, and they both went through the window. So like he kind of like took Trenchcoat Slimer out of the picture, and then Corinne had told Perrin earlier because like Perrin kind of like walked over to him and was like kind of like trying to get some info about his sister.
Right.
And like Corinne was like, I don't want to be here when she comes. Oh no!
And then she showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she showed up in a fury. And then the room got black in the same way that there was like a void in Trollskull Manor when you went through the office. And then you appear in the city that you that you previously were in, where you first saw Trenchcoat Slimer, which is the city of El Tirel, suspended over the river Styx in Avernus. You saw the big chains. You saw the same snail as before, except now this woman who I don't think parents share that it was Corinne's sister. I think only he knows that. But this woman is on top of it, riding it, like as if it is her mount. And that's where we ended.
More snails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season of snails.
This is the season of snails. I wanted a theme, and that's what I chose. Not love, not happiness, not friendship. Snails.
Snails.
Are you craving escargot by chance or something?
I have not. I've actually had escargot, but that was like God, 18 years ago. Yeah, it was like about 18, 17 years ago when I went to Paris. I mean, when you're there, you have to try it. Like you just gotta try it. You know what I'm saying? And it was pretty good. It was good for real. It was actually pretty good. Yeah. All right. So unless anybody wants to chime in with weird foods that they've eaten.
Oh no, I also had escargot when I was in Paris, Texas.
Oh, great.
No, actually, it was at the Epcot Center.
Was it like inside of a brisket?
Yeah, it was at the Epcot Center French Pavilion. So it was, it was like going to Paris.
I did hear about. So I've never been to Disney World, but several people have told me that this like Epcot Center thing, where they have all the different foods from the different countries, is actually legit. Like,
yeah, it is. It is good.
It's not just like I thought it would just be like BS because they have you trapped there and they're just not going to put any effort into the food. But apparently, it's legit.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let's go into the episode. All right. So, as y'all appear, oh yeah. Also, one other thing I forgot to mention. Both Little Smoke and Corinne bounced during that fight.
Yeah, they went upstairs.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They
They went upstairs because the door to the outside was locked. Right, you guys were like locked in, so they were not about that fight in life, and they bounced. So, all right. So, as you appear, once again, you see this large pulsating snail has a shell that's kind of like turquoise aqua, maybe, with these spirals on it. I'll say that the shell itself is like pretty large. Like it's definitely larger than any of you, like for sure. Probably I would say that the shell itself is probably like let's see, about 9 or 10 feet.
Oh my gosh!
Kind of
Wow.
like if you got some ups, like you might be able to dunk on it.
Oh boy.
But yeah. And then the actual body of the snail is like kind of like a rubyish, kind of like a dark brownish. And if you remember, it like had these you and like that's what like it was using for its attacks the last time that you that you fought it, and the like tentacles at the base, they're like the same kind of like the rubyish color of the body, but as you get to the edges, they just get to this really sharp and distinct red, almost like a blood red at the end. And the woman that is on the snail, you guys have never seen her, but actually roll a investigation, because I will assume that everyone is like, who is this person?
All of us?
Including Perrin?
Including Perrin.
I got a 17.
Because like you're here.
Ooh.
Yes. You would do it as well.
I got an 18.
Okay.
19.
11.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So, y'all are, you got transported. So like you're trying to figure out what is going on. You look up and you stare at her face. I'll say everybody except Tanya with the 11. Everyone
Oh,
Who's
except
Tanya?
except Tanya has a nat 20. Celise has an 11.
I was
So
like,
like
who's
that.
this Tanya?
So Celise wins out, and you notice that you can't quite make out her face. It actually looks like very hazy. Like it almost looks like it's like cloudy, like
Mm.
almost like corporeal. You know, like it's not like a solid face. Almost almost like you're looking at those like people that when they talk on camera, but like they want to hide
oh,
their
you got the mosaic over the faces.
yeah, like a
Ew.
pixelated face, right? And she's just on top of the snail, not doing anything right now, just staring at you.
Mm.
And in the kind of like far away, you can hear like the laughter of various like devils and demons, kind of like just like laughing. So that's right. That's very evil. So what do y'all do?
So we only hear the laughter. We don't, and it's coming from her. Does Celise not know that because of my low roll?
I mean, the laughter is like coming from far away. It's almost like it's almost like it's surrounding you, like it's kind of in the air.
Oh,
Like it's
I
everywhere.
okay. Well, I pull my sword and shield, but I don't do anything. I'm just ready in case there's combat.
Okay, so shoo, that's right. So you pull that joint out, and you are ready to go. Anyone else do anything?
Perrin cocks his head to the side and, kind of like placing the face. And then his eyes get a little bit bigger and he says, precisely understandable. This is why Corinne ran. Everyone, this is Corinne's sister.
Mm.
Oh,
But he is deathly afraid of her.
Should we be afraid of her as well?
Well, is there really anything to fear except for the unknown?
Mm. Make a point.
Where are we? Like that's Dahani because
Yes,
this has
yes.
never happened to Dahani
True, this has
before.
never happened.
so are you saying that out loud to Hani, or are you asking one of us?
And I did like just kind of into the open air, like kind of asking y'all, but
Mhm.
also just like because I
It's a
assume
question for the universe.
right because I assume that you all kind of look like this has happened before. Meanwhile, Dahani is all ruffled feathers and fists ready to go, and what the heck?
Mm-hmm. And we can answer her.
We have been in quite crazy situations before, so this doesn't seem like anything different we're not used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, no. I will set the scene for Dahani since this is her first time here.
Yay!
Well, she might have been to Avernus in her past. I don't know, but I mean, she will take a job anywhere. As you transport here, like you just are overwhelmed by like the stench of the air. Like it just smells like awful death and just things that are molded and things that are like just like overly burnt. And the sky is like blood red. It just looks like a sky that you have like never seen. I feel like there's like ash all around you. I'll say that you actually feel like there might be some on your feathers, actually.
No.
And as you look around, you just see a city that you've never recognized. Sorry, that you don't recognize. You see these massive chains that appear to be coming up from parts of the city and like soaring into the sky to like a unknown place. And it just seems like despair and hopelessness.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All of a sudden, this a woman hops down off the snail, and she walks up to Celise and says, "You can lower your weapons. I'm not here to harm you."
I'm not concerned with you. That's that voice and that laughing that I hear.
Oh well, you'll get used to it. This is a place where there's always that kind of laughter and this. I know the smell here is like a little horrifying, but it's a lot better than where you were. I just had to transport you somewhere safe.
Safe.
How do we trust you?
Doesn't feel safe.
Well, I think in the situation that you were in, I'm pretty much the only one you can trust. Like the Castellantas are very, very bad people, and clearly you were caught up in something. I mean, I could see from your look that you weren't, that you weren't one of the worshippers. So I had to get you out of there.
Madam, are you not also a Castellanter?
Let's see. All right. She looks unnerved as you say that, and she looks down and she says like, "By name only."
Well,
Mm.
we've, perhaps you're unaware that we've been acquainted with your brother, Corinne.
Oh yes, that dolt.
He told me that we should fear you. Is that correct?
Well, how much do you know about Corinne?
Only so far what he's told us.
We know he is particularly useless in a fight.
It's a nice view. And then like she like says, "Yeah, you definitely know my brother for sure." Yeah. And then the as she says that, she looks back at the snail, and the snail is like kind of like vibrating and making these like unrecognizable kind of like noises, like.
Oh, okay. Is that the snail language?
That is the done language of snails. And she looks back at the snail and is nodding her head, and then she looks back at like y'all and like said, "Did y'all attack my snail?"
Where's your snail been?
She's been here, but she just said that the last time that she saw you, you sliced one of her tentacles off and attacked her,
We've just been attacked by other snails.
and now she's scared.
Well, she failed to mention, of course, that she reached out and touched us without our consent.
Reached out and touched you, or do you think she might have been just snooping around her environment?
Well, I think that we were doing the same, and perhaps it was a giant misunderstanding. But you can't blame us, of course, because we were dealing with the unknown.
Well, I'm not blaming you. I'm just sending the message. So these snails have gotten a really bad rap. Okay, that's one reason I wanted to talk to you in a. I know this doesn't seem like a safe place, but as long as I'm as long as I'm here with my snail, we should be good. But look, here's the skinny. Okay, would they say that in Waterdeep? Here's the skinny.
Yeah, why
No.
Would
not?
that be it?
Absolutely.
What is it?
That'd be
What
a
are you, a
thing?
50s paper boy?
Here's the word. Say.
Right.
um,
Extra.
yeah. So like, she basically says, um, I've been on a journey to, find a home for these snails. Uh, you know, they have this link to Avernus, in that a lot of them have been birds here, and then she puts her like hand on the large snail, and like she says, by Margie here. Um, Margie's a pretty nice snail, but unfortunately, people have, um, you know, uh, forced her to bird these like snails, and because they were birthed in Avernus, the substance that they leave, is like also linked, and I noticed that that like when like a lot of these snails were like disappearing, I followed them, and I saw that, not only at the Castellan's place but several other places, seem to have use these snails to try to commune with the darkest parts of Avernus, by building windows that seem to have a link to the darkest parts of Avernus. Avernus is not bad. Is this your first time here?
Yeah.
uh, no.
No, not at all.
Hmm. Well, I don't recognize you. So like you must not have been here for long. I've been here for a very long time, and like I've been trying to free these snails. Um, but Margie is a good one, and as 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 she says that, Margie kind of like just looks kind of like content,
Mm.
as content as a large snail can look.
Oh, okay.
Right? A content little snail. Right? As she's saying this, from from like another portal, kind of like I'd say about 50 feet, that's like behind the snail, but in your point of like a view, um, out of the air, you see Gideon and Trenchcoat Slimer kind of fly out of this portal,
Mm.
and they're wrestling. They are wrestling. You know what I mean?
Oh
And-
my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
a slobber knocker.
they are wrestling. They are in essential service. So wrestling must go on. Uh, and yeah, she turns around and she basically says, "We have to stop that green thing." And she runs over, uh, basically without y'all. She just like runs toward this green trenchcoat Slimer and Gideon as they're fighting. Do you follow her?
Yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna help.
I'm gonna go because I'm tired of Trenchcoat Slimer.
Right. She as soon as she said we have to stop that green thing, like Dahani was like, "You."
Just a bunch of feathers. That's all we saw.
And Perrin, do you go as well?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and he runs after.
Okay, very very profound.
Yeah.
All right, so as you get here, yeah, as I said before, it's just like Gideon and Trenchcoat Slimer just wailing at each other, while this woman, with again, like has like this like misty face, Current's sister, she's like trying to look for somewhere to attack, but it's kind of hard because they're like, kind of like they're moving around a lot and like kind of like rolling, so like she can't really get a hit in.
Does it look like a Dragon Ball Z fight where they're just like these scribbly line, these these slashing lines, and then every now and then you'll just see faces.
Yeah,
pop
you
up.
know, I was actually thinking more like, you know, when the Tasmanian devil is spinning around,
Yes.
Oh,
like a
yeah.
Yes,
foot
and it says
and
the
like
smoke.
his head and smoke. I
Yeah.
was thinking more like that, you know.
Mm.
Oh,
Actually, I
Okay.
think most cartoon fights were like that. There was just
Yes.
smoke, and you see a
Yes.
bunch
oh,
of
like
heads. And,
when the Sims start fighting.
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
or like when the Sims start fighting. I was just gonna do a Simlish thing, but can't. I don't know any Simlish. Like my Simlish skills are
Susu.
atrophied.
Yes. Zuzu.
The only thing I know is English.
Yeah, yeah. As I burned my kitchen down. That's what happened. That's what happened the last time I played the Sims. I burned my kitchen. That was
Yeah.
great.
It's just
Um,
like real life.
yeah, exactly. Just like real life. Yeah. So do you want to? You can try if any of you want to try to attack Trenchcoat Slimer. I will say though, because it's sort of in like because they are kind of in this fight where it's hard to like position. You do have a chance of hitting Gideon as well.
Mm.
Now, you you might not have any love for Gideon, but you do recognize that Ren does favor him a bit. But it's not like he's like down with the party or anything. So it's up to you. Do you want to try to join this and get a hit in, or do you want to let them scuffle it out and leave it up to the dice to see who wins?
Oh.
Well, is there a
Wow.
way to separate them and join Gideon?
They're like tangled up. So, I mean, you can tell me how you would try to separate them.
Um, if I'm not close enough, try to Misty Step and like join the fray. So I'm like actually in striking range, but not just like go wild and jump in.
Yeah, I'll say, I mean, if you Misty Step and get closer, it would still be hard for you because, like, they're, I mean, you'd have better odds, like, for sure, because you're closer.
Okay.
But, like, they're, like, kind of like, it's like turning over, like, very, very, very quickly. So, like, it would be hard for you to get a hit in.
All right. In that case, I will put Beacon of Hope on everyone.
Okay. Okay. Cool. How do you? Oh, sorry. And that gives advantage on what does that do again?
One moment, please. This spell bestows hope and vitality. Choose any number of creatures within range. For the duration, each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws, and regains the max number of hit points possible from healing.
Okay. All right. Sweet. Okay.
Dahani will get up there. Dahani is going to try and look for Trenchcoat Slimer's trench coat.
Okay.
Like as they're scuffling, like
Uh-huh.
she's gonna try and like aim for his trench coat and try and like pull him away from Gideon by grabbing onto the trench coat.
Okay. All right. Okay. So roll a grapple, a trench coat
right.
grapple.
A trench coat grapple.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So this be athletics.
What's your trench coat modifier?
Yeah. What's your trench coat modifier?
Well, if it's anything similar to athletics, it's a +4. So we'll see how this
Yep.
goes.
Mhm.
Oh no.
What did you do?
Okay.
Oh dear.
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Oh.
Tell me how you try to grab it.
So I
What
run
are you
over. I run over and I'm like looking with my bird eyes, trying to see what if I can see Trenchcoat Slimer's trench coat, but the difference in the sky makes it like unrecognizable. Plus, my feathers are covered in ash, just distracted, so I can't really grab the way I want to. Like I'd probably
Okay.
swipe at it. Like I might tear his trench coat some more. I want to tear his trench coat some more, but I won't be able to grab it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say you tear it with your roll, but you get a little piece of it, but you can't like hold on to it because like they're moving around
They're fighting too hard.
so much. All right. So after you do that, you basically see Trenchcoat Slimer gets the advantage a bit.
No.
and kind of like what is the word for it when like you do kind of like a chest bump, I guess. Um, I'm I'm thinking of wow, it's gonna be a really deep cut that probably only I know because I played rented crappy games from Pathmark back in the day. There was a game called Chuck Rock. Anybody remember?
Oh yes,
that game?
yes.
Chuck Rock.
Chuck Rock sounded like
Uh,
Chub Rock, so
yeah,
yes,
it was a cave. It was a platformer with a caveman,
yes,
and like he had an
yes,
attack where he would like bounce his belly
yes.
against enemies. It's actually pretty cool because he began every level by saying "Unga Bunga."
Oh my god.
Yeah, I have really bad memories. Why do I remember that? Who knows? But yeah, so like he gets the advantage and chest bumps Gideon, and Gideon falls to the ground. So now Trenchcoat Slimer, now obviously if you get a hit on him if you want, but he does turn to y'all. But he doesn't seem like he comes any closer to you. He kind of like is going closer to Gideon to administer, another blow to him.
Since he's on the ground, can I do an attack of opportunity or no?
On Gideon.
No, on Tresco Slimer.
So Gideon's on the ground. Trenchcoat Slimer is like upright, but he's going
Oh, I
forward.
thought Trenchcoat Slimer was on the ground. Never mind.
No, hey, I mean, you can hit Gideon.
Gideon ain't did nothing to me yet.
I mean, yeah.
So, Perrin cast Bane on Trenchcoat Slimer.
Okay.
He was sidebar. He was going to cast Bane on both Trenchcoat Slimer and Gideon if they weren't separated, but since they are, Bane on Trenchcoat Slimer, he's got to make a Charisma saving throw of 16.
Okay. Get my charisma. Oh man, we're at 29.
Oh, yeah, he passed it. So
Yeah, he has a pretty high charisma
yeah.
charisma saving throw
All right.
modifier. But all right, so well, tell me how you do cast it though.
So Perrin stands and looks directly at Trenchcoat Slimer, and he kind of cocks his eyebrow and gives him the stink eye. And,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Gives him a stinker. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. So yeah. Trenchcoat Slimer doesn't even notice that you kind of like did that. So he goes over to Gideon. He's going to charge, and he's gonna cast Poison Mind on Gideon, which he had previously cast on Dahani, and made her blind for one turn. So Gideon fails the throw. So
No.
not only does Gideon take, ooh.
Oh,
Oh, that was a lot of damage for me, and I saved.
Yep.
Oh, I failed.
oh no.
Oh man, let me.
Well, that does not sound good.
That doesn't sound good.
Does
Remember,
not sound good.
death saving throw, you get advantage.
Yeah, but I don't know if that applies to Gideon though. I mean, unless you, yeah. I don't think that, unless you say that you cast Beacon of Hope on him as well, but I don't think you did.
Oh. Oh, well.
Yeah, so he takes 47 points of damage and is blinded. So he is he's on the ground and he's kind of like you see him kind of reaching out, like he's trying to see what's going on here. And Trenchcoat Slimer looks down on him and just, as I said before, does that 16-bit laugh from last time.
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
God.
Yep. Yeah. So, and then he basically begins to walk away. So he begins to walk away from y'all. Begins to walk away from Gideon, and he begins to basically levitate away.
Oh.
So he's not fully out the picture yet, but like he is like, I'm done here.
Oh, jeez.
So Dahani will turn to Corinne's sister, as yet unnamed, and say, do we go after him, or?
Yep. She says, don't worry. And she pulls out a bow, and she strikes a arrow, but she's not, if you notice, because like you use bows, so like you would notice this, that she's not aiming for him. She's almost aiming in front of him. Like she's aiming like at something. So she takes her bow out, she shoots an arrow. The arrow hits it is not hit it like hits a space maybe like 10 feet in front of where Trenchcoat Slimer is like going, and then the arrow kind of explodes into a black milky void, and then Trenchcoat Slimer sees it and he looks like he's trying to like avoid it, but he gets like sucked through it, and then she says, we have to follow him. Don't worry about whoever that is.
Wow.
she's motioning to Gideon.
Poor Gideon.
And she basically says, like, Davius is a more important. And she runs toward the void. Which is like a height that like you could run through and like jump through.
Okay.
And
Wow.
and like she is running toward it. So do you go through the void? Do you leave Gideon here?
I drop a couple healing potions right next to Gideon because it probably would take too long for me to actually heal him.
And he definitely can't see them either. He's just,
No, like I make sure that he knows they're there. I'm not like, here's some potions, good luck.
you just put him just out of reach.
No, I put them like basically like right where he can feel them.
Okay.
There are 2 vials. One vial is healing. The other vial is death.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's like a taste test.
Correct.
Yeah, I think Red's gonna stay with Gideon and just try to make sure he's okay. And
Okay.
Try to join the group.
All right.
So you said Corinne's sister notched her arrow, shot the arrow. This ink came out, and the ink followed through the void, or the ink attached itself to.
No, it kind of, it was like an arrow that created a portal. Essentially.
Oh, okay. So the portal. Oh, okay. So the portal.
And the portal looked
is
like
following.
the portal looked like the black void that you saw in the office in Trollskull Manor.
Sure. Okay.
So like, Trenchcoat Slimer was trying to evade this portal, but he couldn't because it was too close. So he went through the portal.
Okay. So he went through that portal.
Mhm.
All right. So we're.
Yeah, and the portal is still there, so like she's going to jump through it.
Did she jump through it already, or is she still
Not yet.
Okay. Did you see Davius?
And she as she's jumping through, yes, of course, and then she jumps through.
Yeah. So
Do y'all know that guy?
Yeah.
Davius is the one who tried to steal Trollskull Manor from Duo.
Oh, my little kobold friend.
Yes.
All right.
Right. That's all I need to know.
All right, so
Leroy Jenkins.
all right, so is everybody going through except Ren.
So Ren, you're staying here. You're not
Yeah.
coming with us.
He's staying.
For right now.
He's
Yeah.
gotta stay with his boo.
Oh,
I get it.
that portal may close.
I'll find you guys. I always find some way.
Yeah. Ren
All right.
always finds a way. All right, so Perrin and Dahani are going.
Yeah.
All right, so as y'all go through, as you go through, you see a bunch of like gravestones, grass, kind of like a darky. It's like a dark day. You immediately recognize this as the city of the dead because you'd previously been here.
Except for Dahani.
Before, except for like Dahani, yes. And the only difference that you see, because you like recognize this as where you saw like DeGault and like Renair, you see just this massive tree that's like on top of this hill, and this tree is like has nothing but like acorns on it. And it's like a massive tree on top of a hill. And there's also like a bunch of owls that are kind of next to it as well.
What size are these acorns?
They're about like, I would say the size of like a large eggplant, like a very large eggplant, like you would need like 2 hands to carry it.
And what color are these acorns?
They're various colors actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Taste the rainbow.
All right.
Yeah. So as you're like here, you come through. Trenchcoat Slimer is actually caught in one of the branches of this tree. Almost like when he went through like the portal, he just sailed into the branch of this tree. So he is trying to unravel himself from the branches of this tree. But it almost seems like that the branches are. He's trying to get out, and you would think that it'd be pretty easy for him to just roll out, but he's having some trouble. Getting out of this tree. Wait, can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Like the Whomping Willow.
Yes, like the Whomping Willow. Except, well, the Whomping Willow was like trying to murder you immediately. But yes, very, very similar. Very, very similar. And there's a werewolf under it. Oh my god.
I mean, Dahani will shoot because that looks like a prime target.
Okay, so like you shoot the tree, or you shoot?
No,
okay.
This Savius person, this trench coat Savius.
Okay, sure, yeah. With your bow, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. So I'll give you advantage because he's trying to struggle to get out. So he's kind of like a big bulbous target.
23.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, yeah.
And that is 11 points of damage.
Okay, awesome. All right, tell me how you shoot it. Give me your stance, everything.
So Dahani comes out of the portal and sees everything, and she's like, "Whoa, that guy's in a tree." And then like, "Whoa, that tree looks like it's helping," and that's really all I need to know. So she just pulls her bow and knocks and fires.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. And where were you aiming?
Can you repeat that?
Oh, where were you aiming? Like upper part, lower part, middle? Anywhere?
Probably. Is he facing us, or is he just like, okay, if he's facing us, then I'm just going for the same area that I tried to shoot before, like the upper torso area.
Okay. Yeah. So like, this arrow sinks in pretty deeply.
Nice.
And like he gives like kind of a like restrained growl, as he as it sinks through, and it's kind of like stuck there, right? So like it's like kind of stuck in his upper torso now.
And
At
then
this
she'll
point,
she'll say, the tree is helping.
yeah. So he, all right. So he does manage to break through, and roll initiative here. So not Rin.
Nice.
14.
19.
Okay.
21.
Ooh. Okay. He is way below that.
The direct opposite from last time when he was first and we were all bad.
Yes. So. And you have the 21, right, Dahani? Or did Perrin have the 20? Yes. So Dahani, Perrin. Okay. All right. Dahani, you already went, so I'm actually going to move to Perrin.
Haha.
Okay.
Why are you making fun of me? I'm okay
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah. Why are you making fun of her?
Because I'm a jerk. What?
Well, yes. I mean, that's true, but yeah.
So, what are we gonna do here? We are going to cast Dissonant Whispers
Okay.
on Fabius.
Mm-hmm.
So he will have to make a saving throw, a wisdom saving throw. And
All right. 25.
he saved.
Yes.
So let's see.
So like half?
Yeah, it is half.
All right.
No. On a failed save, on a successful save, it takes half damage. So that is 7, 8. Yeah, it takes 4 points of damage on that Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. And what is your
So
your taunt?
yeah, so Perrin looks at him and says, "You pitiful urchin. You can't escape from my friends." And then he casts Dissonant Whispers. That is the discordant melody that he hears. And he takes a whopping 4 points of damage.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I'll say that, he kind of looks at you as you say that, and for 4 points of damage, you don't really see much of a reaction from him. Like, he kind of looks more stunned than anything. He kind of falls back. All right. So after that is Corinne's sister. So she again is gonna like switch arrows this time, and she's gonna fire. Oh, she whiffs. She whiffs bad. And she goes for the arrow. She shoots it. Actually looks like it's on like target, but I don't know if it's like a gust of wind or something that just makes at the last minute it just kind of flops over and just misses its target. So after the really cool arrow the first time, she whiffs that time. Celise.
So he's still in the tree, correct?
He's gotten out of the tree now.
Okay, well, if he's on the ground, am I close enough to attack?
You can get close enough, but yeah, he's like floating, but yeah, you can get close enough to attack, sure.
All right, I'm going to use both my attacks. Does a 20 hit?
It does not hit.
Whoa.
Mm.
Yeah, because
Whoa,
my
what?
other one is a total whiff at 15.
Well, I'm assuming it wasn't on that one. But
No, it wasn't a nat 20. It's with my bonus.
yeah, 20 does not hit. Yeah, he's
Well,
that bulbous exterior. It's tough.
Mm.
It's tough. Yeah. So tell me how you whiff.
I go up to him and try to basically sink my sword in, but I stumble just enough to miss him on the first attack, and then when I pull around to swing, I just go right over his head, and it's nothing but air.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So that's what happens. Sorry. Yeah. He's So yeah, we've had some things over 20 hits, but not 20 itself.
I wish it was a nat 20.
Mm.
Yeah. You definitely would have hit with that. All right, Trenchcoat Slimer. He is actually going to. He noticed that this branch was really weird, so he's actually trying to, like, attack this branch because he feels that this branch was doing something to him. So he once again is going to take out his Taskmaster Whip, and I mean the branch is there, but the branch seemed like it kind of might have had a mind of its own, so you get sense that. All right, and he gets another hit. Wow, he missed with both. So yeah, he is like he's like trying to whip at this branch, but this branch is kind of like moving. It's like almost moving with the whip. So like as like the whip goes here, like the branch just moves up to avoid it, and then comes back down. Then it comes back and it moves up to avoid it again, comes back down again. So yeah, it's like bobbing and weaving. All right, so I'm gonna move back to Rin and Gideon. So Rin, as you approach Gideon, again he is blinded, and I'll say that he has found the healing bottles that Celeste left.
Mm.
What do you do or say?
Do you need any help with that? I can give you some of the potion if you need more.
I can't see.
Oh, you're hurt really badly. Okay. Do you need anything? I can get you what you need.
We need to end this. I picked the wrong side, and I realize now what needs to be done. Where's Thavius?
Well, everybody went through a portal already, so I mean,
Okay.
are you trying to go and leave right now?
And I'll say that the portal is still there.
Oh,
as
okay.
well. There's no time. We must defeat him.
Yeah. I mean, if this is what we got to do, we got to do it, and we have to help the others too. I just wanted to make sure you're okay before I went myself. Can you need help though? Because you can't see.
Can you bring me to the portal?
Yeah.
Can you bring me through?
Yeah.
All right. So how are we gonna bring him through this portal? You're gonna like
I'm gonna have to
carry him.
I'm
You
gonna
gonna
have
put
to.
him.
Well, he could walk though, still, right? I probably just
Yeah.
have to put like his arm around me, and then I'll just like walk
Yep.
him over.
Exactly. You can walk him over. You could piggyback him. You could
If you don't carry
toss him
him
through.
bodyguard style,
Yeah, or
Like-
or you can carry him bodyguards out, or fireman carry. I mean, like it's up to you.
Well, I mean, for a dramatic effect, let's do it bodyguard style then, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you
Got to roll for anything to make sure I could actually pick up.
No. I mean, if you want to, I won't stop you.
I'll do it just for the fun.
If you want to see if you drop him, as you're
Let me see.
trying to carry him. Sure. Yeah. Roll Dex. Just let's see. Roll a strength. Yeah.
Okay.
Roll a strength.
Well, that was a 7.
See if you can keep him up.
7.
Okay. So I'll say you have him up, but as you're trying to walk, he just seems he's a little heavier than you thought.
Mhm.
And he begins to slip out of your hands.
Oh,
I'm
whoa.
gonna give you another chance though.
Okay.
Roll a athletics to see if you can
Okay.
sort of like rebalance yourself to keep him up.
That's a 9.
What? I'll give you advantage because you are very inspired that he still wants to fight, like despite the fact that he's blinded. So roll again.
Okay. And then what am I rolling? Same thing, right?
Yep,
Acrobatics?
same jump.
14.
Okay, look a lot better. Okay, yeah. So you got him,
Okay.
right? And then you go jump through this portal with him.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
carrying him.
Yep, that's right. So why don't you roll initiative, Bryn, because you're gonna jump in
Yeah.
this fray.
Let me see. An 8.
Okay. All right. And I'm not gonna roll for Gideon because he's kind of he would just be swinging wildly. So all right, Dahani.
Nice. Let's see. I want to shoot him again.
Why not?
I was trying to decide if I wanted to get up close, but no, because last time I did, it didn't go so well. That's a bad one. That's a worse one. So she whiffs with the first two, and then she's like, "Screw it!" And then she throws the bow aside again. She's got like just this like unlimited supply of bows that she keeps pulling off her back. She moves up to him and flurry of blows.
Okay.
There we go. That's a 28 to hit.
There we go. All right.
I need him to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. All right. He rolled an 11.
That is a failure.
Okay.
He is stunned
Okay. All right.
until the end of my next turn.
And like, how much
So-
damage is?
It is 7 points of damage, and I have one more hit,
Okay.
which is with advantage now because he's stunned.
Dahani putting in work.
Oh, double 17s, so that's a 26 to hit
Oh, nice. That hits.
for 10 points of damage.
Wow. All right. So that's a lot.
So 17 points damage total, and he's stunned.
Yep. Yeah. I'm putting it down. Yeah. So that means because Dahani's first, that means for everybody's turn, you have advantage on your attack rolls. Plus, if you're stunned, you automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws as well. So if you have any spells that require those saving throws, they would automatically fail. And like obviously he can't take any actions or reactions, even legendary ones. So good job, Dahani. So he is just like sitting there. I won't say he has like the birds around his what looks like his like head, but he has like little slimers going around his head. Just in a daze there. All right, so Perrin.
All right, how close is everyone to Fabius right now?
You're all within enough to run forward and hit him
Right.
and retreat back.
I'm right up
So-
on him though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so no
She's
one.
right up on him because she flurried him.
Oh, okay. So Dahani is within 20 feet.
Oh yeah. Everyone's within 20 feet. Yeah, and Sillies, after you went for those hits, did you back up or did you stay in?
I backed out of range just so he couldn't attack me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if I do decide to attack him on my turn, I'll have to step up a couple feet.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's like everyone is within range to pretty much do what you want.
Okay. All right. All right. Because the thing I wanted to do meant everyone had to be out of range. So everything we could do what we want except for the thing I wanted to do. So now
Do
instead,
it. Live your best life and do it.
Right. Instead, Perrin's going to
Season
cast
finale. Let's go.
right Ray of Sickness. Well, if we last another round, then maybe we'll do it. Ray of Sickness on this Joker.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Actually, a question. So, when we started our fight before, Perrin cast True Strike on.
Yep. I was just about to remind you.
Yes. So, in the True Strike, we found out that he was resistant to certain things, but immune to other things.
Poison is one of them.
Poison is the thing he is immune to.
Yes. Fire and poison.
Okay. Which means Ray of Sickness would have no effect.
That is correct.
And Perrin would know that because Perrin cast True Strike.
Which is why I was going to remind you of it, because you cast it. So
Right. Yeah. Okay. So so
I
Perrin's
wouldn't
not-
let you waste a turn like that.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. All right, so Perrin instead is going to go with his. All right, you know what? I guess we're just gonna live our best life, and we're all going to have to make dexterity saving throws because Perrin cast Erupting Earth.
Okay.
On the spot where Thavius is.
Yeah. Everybody make a dex save.
Okay.
Thavius auto fails. Everybody else.
All right. Perrin gets a 17.
I get a 12.
15.
Oh crap!
The bird gets a 7.
Oh no.
The bird can fly, though.
Yeah, but I'm on the ground right now, though.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I'm sorry. That's an 11.
And I'm gonna. Gideon gets a. Let's just have page up. Where are you, Gideon? Gideon gets a 20.
All right. So Gideon and Perrin save. For everyone else. Oh man, jeez, I am really sorry about this.
We're in trouble. Oh, no.
Oh well, actually, everyone's in trouble.
Oh, no. Okay.
Danger.
Yeah, there's actually a flashing danger on the like in the air right now. It's like Danger Will Robinson.
That's scary. I'm scared.
You should be. Because,
Okay.
everyone who failed takes 35 points of damage.
What?
Everyone who
Okay.
succeeded takes half that damage.
Oh.
So,
17. So
Okay.
that's
5.
So everybody take 35 except I'll put down for Gideon. He takes 17.
yeah.
Ooh.
And I have evasion, so even though I failed, I still
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, good.
All right. So how do you cast?
Oh, God.
Perrin, he looks at everyone. He says sorry, and then he looks down at the earth and takes both of his pointer fingers and he points directly downward, or actually slightly downwards towards Thavius's feet. And then beneath Thavius's feet, the earth starts to crack and crumble. And then things start to shift. And then the effect, it starts to ring around the crack and the crumble start to um, widen in a circle around from Thavius at the epicenter to a 20-foot radius. And
Okay.
encompasses all of us.
All right. Yeah. So like everybody is shaken up, and I believe it's difficult terrain now as well.
Yes.
The ground
Yes.
effectively help destroy this.
Yes.
And as you do this, you actually don't make a just roll dexterity, Perrin.
Nat 20.
All right, so you you sense that there is a acorn coming toward you,
Right.
but you avoid it. You kind of like duck to the side and like avoid it. And you notice that it looked. I mean, you don't know where it came from, but it looked like it just flew off that tree. Because now the tree, since you have erupted the earth, the tree is now kind of like slopped over to the side a bit.
Oh no!
And you see like some like a few of the roots, like you can kind of see they're like exposed a bit, but it's okay. Like it's just like you messed up the natural ecosystem of the ground.
Right.
Great. All right. Okay. So I forgot to roll to see what Corinne's sister had from that. Oh, she failed.
Oops.
All right. So she lost 17. Okay. All right. So Corinne's sister gonna try again with her bow. At Thavius. And she does have advantage because he's stunned. So that's not good, but she does get another attack. Yeah, she fails both times. 4 rolls, fails both times. But as I said before, we all know that he has a high AC. And yeah, so she now it's not that the arrow gets like diverted, it's the fact that the ground is like uneven now. So as she's trying to get her like a stance, she can't get like a proper stance. It just barely misses Trenchcoat Slimer, aka Thavius. It like kind of like skirts on his right bulbous side, being like kind of like goes through. All right, Celise.
Am I in striking range now that we've had meteor thrown at us?
Yeah. Yeah. You can get back in striking range. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hit him. All right, not that dice because it failed me last time. Oh my god, I got like literally the same roll, 20 and a 15.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you roll with advantage on both hits.
What?
Did you roll with advantage on both hits?
Yeah, I forgot about the advantage, so let me re-roll with different dice and see if that does any better. God, that's even worse. Nope, I whiffed.
Jeez.
Yeah.
The dice are not in my favor.
He's a hard one to hit with swings for sure. Yeah. So, do you want to describe your whiffs, or is it pretty similar to the last time?
It's similar to the last time because I got literally the same roll.
Yeah. It's like it's like a deja vu. It's like a deja vu moment. All right. So now we are up to Gideon, who has gotten his sight back at this point. He has definitely taken some damage from the erupting earth, and he kind of looks again at Rin, and as he looks at Rin, he's gonna lunge forward toward Thavius. He still has his little sword, so he's gonna pull that out and lunge toward Thavius with his silvered sword. He is well aware of Thavius's weaknesses, and he gets advantage as well. All right, so like one of them hits, he gets a 22 on one of his hits. So he stabs him right through where that arrow is, because he's trying to like he notices that like that is a point that actually seemed to hurt him, and he gets. All right, so he gets 18 points of damage on Trencho Slimer. This causes Trencho Slimer to actually not levitating anymore. Now he falls on the ground.
Oh.
And as he falls on the ground, you see a swarm of branches from this tree sort of encapsulate him into like a little jail almost, like over him. But there's a lot of them, right? And like the branches quickly get like really, really thick to where he's trying to get out. And because Gideon stabbed him, Gideon is also caught in this sort of branch jail thing. So that's going to be the end of initiative. Trencho Slimer is on the ground. He is not looking great. And Gideon is in this branch jail as well. And then you hear what sounds like a large fart. You hear
Okay.
in the air. So what do you do? Do you approach them? Do you talk to Kern's sister? Do you try to do something else in this graveyard? What is up?
Well, I'm gonna try to go for Gideon and get him out of this little branch thing.
Okay, how are you gonna try to get him out?
I mean, is it like grabbing his arms or anything, or is it just like it's like a jail cell,
I mean, it is like a bunch of like interwoven kind of branches that are completely covering like both of them in like a circle.
They're not in the same one though, right?
They're in the same one. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. It's like a huge mass of branches that are locking them into place. There are some parts where you could put your hand through, but there's definitely not a section that's big enough for you to pull someone out.
Damn. Okay.
But I mean, you could try, but just
but if you can't get out,
like it's not like there's a big enough space that you could just go through, you know.
Yeah, I'm too nervous to. If I try to do that, then the Slimer will get out too. So
I mean,
I'll try to figure it out. I'll wait. I'll see what the group thinks we should do first.
Are you going up though?
I want to go up to him and tell him we're trying to figure out how to get him out.
All right. As you go up, Gideon, he can see you. He just can't like fit through. He says, "Leave me here."
Oh Lord. Do I have to?
He like looks down and like I says, "I chose to be with the lot of Thavius. You helped me see that that there's more to it. But unfortunately, I have to pay for my deeds." And then he looks down again.
Okay. Well, we're gonna try to find a way to get you out of here. I'll come back for you.
I mean, if you can, I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
But right now, and like as he looks around, there's literally like a huge mass of trees. Sorry, not a huge mass of trees. There's a huge mass of like branches. So I mean, you could try to like, cut through these branches, or you could try to, do something like that. I mean, they're pretty thick, but like you could, I mean, you could try to, it's.
I mean, it's
It's
worth
up to
a try.
what you want to do.
Yeah, it's worth a try because to see. Okay, so let's see if we can go for those branches.
Okay.
As he's about to do that, Perrin looks at Rin and says, "Rin, no."
Why? Why not?
And Perrin goes and he picks up the acorn that almost fell and hit him,
Mm-hmm.
and brings it over to the tree trunk.
Mm-hmm.
As he's telling Rin not to do that, and it looks like he is conversing both with the acorn and the tree trunk of this tree that has been knocked over by his spell, by Perrin's spell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not completely over, but it's like to the side a little
It's
bit.
been dislodged.
Yes.
So Perrin. So I guess after Rin says why, Perrin looks and he goes, perhaps this place looks unfamiliar to you, but it does not to me. Do you notice where we are? Do you notice that this tree seems to be aiding us?
Wait. Oh, okay. I'll stop for now. I won't do it right now. And then Ren walks away. Walking away right now because I'm a little scared now. A little scared.
Okay. All right. So like as you walk away, you make a dex throw. Just roll dexterity.
Let's see. 16.
Okay. You again sense that there's an acorn coming toward you, but you avoid it, and it kind of falls on the ground next to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear like a fart. What sounds like a farting noise.
Damn farts.
Coming from this acorn. All right. All of a sudden you hear kind of like Trenchcoat Slimer's breathing get very like a lot louder. It sounds like it's labored. And he says, what is this? And Gideon says, this is our prison. And then Thavius, has more labored breathing. And he basically says, this is not possible. I have the power of Avernus behind me. Where are our snails? And then Gideon says, our snails. Where are your snails? I reject your authority. And they're in the jail, kind of like talking this out. Do y'all want to like listen further? Do you want to figure out why these acorns are falling? What does the party want to
figure out why the acorn that almost hit Ren in the head.
Okay.
Because it's weird.
Okay. Okay. So what do you want to do to try to figure that out?
I'm gonna shake it.
The tree?
No. I'm gonna pick up the acorn.
Oh, you
and I'm
want
gonna
to
shake it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And okay, so you pick it up and you shake it. Um, if you shake it, if it's starts to feel a little warm. And do you want to put your ear to it?
I do.
Okay, as you put your ear to it, you hear really, 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 really faint, like. It's super faint though. But if you could make something out, that's what you'd hear.
Uh, uh, I'd like to say to everyone, I think this acorn is screaming.
All right. Does anyone?
That sounds very disturbing.
Yeah, it's pretty
Sounds very disturbing.
Maybe you should stop shaking it.
I have stopped shaking it, and it's still making that noise.
No. Once you stop shaking it, it's not making that noise anymore.
Okay. Can I? Dahani would try to peck it open.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did I make you roll to pick it open?
Roll for pecking.
Yes,
Roll for pecking.
we are rolling.
All right.
We are rolling. I guess it'd be an unarmed strike, or like, do you have like a specific pecking thing?
No, I have my talons, but an unarmed. I assume this would be an unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah,
my face.
You're not using arms.
Okay, that's a 25.
Okay, all right. Tell me what you did.
So she shakes it and she hears the and she stops shaking it and she stops hearing that. So she's not gonna like peck it super hard, but the only thing she can assume is that there's something in this acorn.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna like gently peck at it to try and make a little, like, not break it open, but like create a hole so that she can like try and shake out whatever might be in it.
Sure. All right. So yeah, you create a hole in the acorn. You're just pop, pecking at it. You look through the hole.
I do.
Okay. As you look through the hole, you see what looks like a small, arrow with like, kind of like feathers on it. Like it kind of looks like a feathered small arrow in there.
Can I try and shake it out?
You can try. It won't fit though.
It won't fit.
Like the hole you made is not big enough for this thing to come out.
Okay. Well, I guess she just keep pecking until she can get whatever's in there out.
Oh my God, Celise is like, what are you doing?
All right.
What?
Yeah.
There's something in it.
Okay. Yeah.
You said it was screaming. Leave it alone.
She's on a mission. So we pecking.
Oh my God. Stop.
And you make a big enough hole, and this arrow comes out. Perrin, Celise, and Rin. Why don't you? Well, actually, Rin. I think you would still be paying attention to Gideon. So Perrin and Celise, why don't you roll history?
We shouldn't need to roll history. This didn't happen that long ago. Oh my God, it was only one season ago.
So
you said history.
18.
12.
Sweet. All right, yeah, that is good enough. Yeah, this is Knock Knock's hummingbird arrow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And the part that I wanted you to roll on was to remember that when you first came here with Corinne, one thing that he did was he put the arrow on top of the acorn when he put it in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can. I'm assuming that you relay that to Hani. I mean, she has no idea who Knock Knock is or anything.
Nope. Dahani doesn't.
But,
Oh my God. Celise holds her hands out. Give me that acorn.
Okay.
and like she looks to see if there's a way she can patch the acorn or at least put the arrow back in.
Yeah. The hole's big enough. You could definitely put the arrow back in for sure, if you like.
Yeah, we don't want Knock Knock's arrow just laying on the ground.
Is it the same size as the hummingbird, or is it just like a miniaturized version of, like, it's an immature hummingbird?
Yeah, it's like a little smaller, but it's unmistakably
Right.
that,
Hummingbird.
right? So as you're doing this, Corinne's sister, she comes to you, and she basically says, Corinne told me of your friend. Like he mentioned that he knew him, and that he buried him here. He also told me that there was a power in him, and a power in these woods, and that the connection could help us in a very dangerous time. So I chose to bring us here with the hope that that dangerous time could help us against Thavius. And then she like looks around, and like it says, can you tell me more about him, about this warrior that fell, that you buried?
He was truly one of the best of us. He was brave beyond reproach.
And then she like looks at you, and she like shakes her head, and she like says, we've lost too many good people. That's one reason why I dedicated time to trying to save these snails. Too many good people were being used for bad things, and I understand that. I'm glad that your friend can still help us, even beyond the grave, as she says. And then she kind of looks at the acorn, and she like says like, I've never really I don't think I've ever seen a tree that appears to know what it's doing, but it definitely seemed like that it was assisting us in our battle. And then like she like kind of like says, can like someone no, she like, looks like she's trying to hand off the acorn to somebody.
Oh, Celise grabbed the acorn from Dahani.
Okay, all right, so like you have it. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, so do you want to do anything with it?
I'm gonna try to heal. I don't know if it'll work on a acorn or cure wounds will work, but that's
yeah, sure.
Lay hands.
Sure. Your paladin skills are beyond reproach.
So yeah, I'm gonna do cure wounds on our nutty friend. Hopefully my die stop failing me. Cure wounds. Is there anything I need to beat or match for cure wounds, or just whatever I get?
No, just whatever you get.
Oh, I totally rolled the wrong thing. Sorry about that. I'm so used to having to roll for action. I'm like, oh wait. So Knock Nut is healed for 5, 9, 10, 11 points of damage.
Okay, great. As you heal him, you kind of hear a rustling from the branches, And it looks like two branches kind of came up and curled together into like a little
Aww.
it's like a little heart shape,
Aww.
little branch heart shape. And all this time, first, Avius, you've also heard some rumbling from the little branch prison, but nothing that is actually breaking through.
Okay.
Okrin's sister, again, she like says, like, I really want to defeat Thavius, but I'm worried that if we try to get through these branches, he might get away. I'm not sure if we should just leave him here or if we should try some way to destroy him.
So, quick out of character question.
Mm-hmm.
Thavius is still basically Slimer, right?
Yes.
He's like jelly?
Yes.
Okay. Because I wanted to try something that I'm not sure would work. Basically. Yeah. Okay.
And as you're saying that, she takes a moment to sense, hey, I need to explain a plot point to the party. And she turns to the camera and she says, so many good people made deals with different deities in like Avernus. Well, even though Thavius was, even though he was reborn, I'm glad that we were still able to defeat him, even with his new powers. But I would feel much more comfortable if we could find a way to actually destroy him instead of imprison him. And then she kind of gets an idea, and she like says, "Well, maybe I could, maybe I could transport this branch back to Avernus. I mean, the prison, just the prison part, back to Avernus. But I don't know because this also might break apart off of this tree. So would you all be fine if I take just the imprisoned part off from this tree that represents your friend and bring that back to Avernus so that Thavius is not left here in your world?"
It's a big decision.
Knock, knock. It is your body after all.
All right. As you say knock knock, you see basically a part of the branch. So like the connection between the extended branches that are forming the like a prison and the main trunk start to shrivel up a bit, and they kind of recede in. So now the kind of prison part is kind of like a self-contained, it's like a self-contained prison that's like, it's like a kind of like a ellipse on its side, right. And it is completely encapsulating both Gideon and Thavius.
Kind of cool.
What about Gideon though? If you take this back to Avernus,
well, he did help us here, but I still don't trust him. He's still he was in league with Thavius once. Who's to know if he goes in league with him again?
Fair enough.
All right. So I take it that like everybody is okay with this then, as she readies. You see her take out her bow and she switches to that same arrow that created the portal earlier, and she turns to like everyone and she says like, "Thank you so much." And as she readies her bow, does anyone want to say final words to her, or to Gideon, or to Davis?
Snail you later.
I hope you're okay, Gideon. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to have you with me on this side of the of where we are.
Yep. And he looks at you and like says like, thank you for showing me the way. I'm willing to pay for my deeds. And then Corinne's sister turns the bow toward Perrin for that awful snail you later joke and kills him.
Right.
And then she turns back and creates again this like black voidy portal. And she like creates it around this like self-contained prison. She steps right next to it and the void closes and they're all gone. Right.
Dahani looks at all of you and says, sorry I pecked a hole in your friend.
Celeste just glares at her while she's like protectively holding the acorn.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And so like as you're standing here sort of in this like mess of rubble, you like look up and you see this like tree. I mean, you just see there's so many acorns on this thing. There's just lots and lots of acorns on it. And then you like hear a bit of like a rumble, and then you just hear a large, what sounds like again a fart, passing gas, and that is a perfect way to end season 6 with a fart from our good friend.
Yay.
Yay.
Wow.
All right, so we're done. That is the conclusion of season 6 of Rivals of Waterdeep.
Woohoo.
We're done. Thavius is gone. Corinne's sister, who never shared her name, by the way, also gone. And Gideon gone as well. And Dahani, chilling with people. I mean, we haven't gotten an official, like I'm rolling with y'all yet, but,
Right.
we will see what happens. Wow. Yeah. So that was it. Yeah, it was so weird ending this remotely, but hopefully I made the best of it and like everyone still enjoyed hearing this story that I wanted to tell. So we're gonna open it up to questions. So if you are in the Twitch chat, you saw a funny image in our Slack message from Dahani.
I'll put it up this week.
Yeah, that is great. So if like you have any questions for any characters, I'll say throughout the entire season, or like any specifically the ones that we featured in the season finale today, you can put a question in the chat and then type out what your question is, and then we will answer it in character. So these are not questions for us as people; they're questions just for our characters or the NPCs. So let's start with a question for Celeste. What are you going to do with Knocknut now?
Probably just see if we can salvage the tree and rebury him near it. Because it's not practical to walk around with him.
Mm-hmm.
So my cat apparently wants to answer for me.
yeah. If you wanted to walk around with him, like you basically have to fashion some kind of like,
Baby Bjorn.
Yeah,
No.
exactly, or like a Bjorn.
No, we do a little too much shenaniganry, and I'd be afraid of him getting broken or cracked.
Yeah.
So.
That is very, very, very true. Don't want that to happen. Question for Thaddeus. I'm assuming that's Thaddeus. Why snails though? So Thaddeus, who is he's like laying down. He is not. He is in pain. He is almost dead. And
He earned
first,
it.
first, like he like says, "Oh, so you expect me to reveal my diabolical plan to you?"
Yes. Tell us everything.
And then he says, "Well, yeah. So, so like he like says, so I was I was an important person in El Turel. I made a deal to save my city with the devil, and part of that deal was to help to spread these snails, build these windows to eventually have Waterdeep have the same fate as my city did, Eltura, which was to get pulled into Avernus as well. And when I failed, when I was killed in Waterdeep, I was reborn in Avernus as a, let me see if I can mispronounce this right, as a Amnesu, which is Trenchcoat Slimer. And unfortunately, I failed again. But the snails were to create that connection between Avernus and Waterdeep. All right. Question for the for the big snail, yeah, Margie. So why were you wiggling your tendrils at everyone? Okay. So the snail can't speak English, but I will say that that I can translate.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
And the snail says that she was just defending herself during the previous time when it fought the party. Because someone chopped one of the tentacles off and it went in fight or flight mode, and that if not, that there might have been some positive things that could have happened earlier. Yeah, so like that's why the snail was kind of sniffing around with his tendrils in the previous 4 or 5 episodes ago. No, I'm not answering in the Dun snail language. Can't do it. All right, yeah. So like, yes, exactly. I have comprehend languages automatically. Saying I understand it all. Yeah. So if there's any other questions, pop them in. Question for the group: are any going to find the Never Embers interesting and ask them what's going on between them and the Castlanders? Yeah. I was Well, I will answer this for myself, like before anybody else chimes in. I didn't want to push that point. I wanted to introduce them, and then see where you guys went with it. So yeah, I just kind of like I didn't want to push them in if like y'all weren't interested. So I sort of let them fade to the background a bit. But is any of your characters thinking about trying to find them and asking them more about this Castlander thing and like why they were attacking the house?
So, for reasons, Perrin will abstain from asking the Never Embers anything.
Dahani briefly had that thought when they were tying up Gideon, because the last she saw the Never Embers, they were fighting the old lady that Dahani punched a lot. So Dahani just assumes that they watched us tie up Gideon and then get taken somewhere, and just didn't have anything to say about it.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Question for Dahani: given all these events, have you gotten paid yet?
No. I'm beginning to think that I never will.
It's a strong chance that you beating up the matron of the house and
Maybe.
and teleporting out.
I don't know. Corinne's sister is here though. She's technically a Castellan, I could ask her.
Yeah, she is, but she seemed ashamed by it. She looked down and said only a name, and she mentioned that she's pretty much been in Avernus a lot, so I don't know if she's really been chilling in the house.
Right.
I don't know if she's been like doing the books
Right.
from Avernus, to being the accountant.
They have sold her shares.
Yeah, exactly. Like she sold her shares, like she emptied out the Roth and all that. Like
Dang.
she's good. Yeah, this is why you never trust a Karen. Very true. Very true. They will not pay you. You know what I'm saying? All right, yeah. So if there's any more questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. But before we get to our final stuff, I did want to announce that happy to say that we will have another season of Rivals of Waterdeep. So we will have a season 7. And as we do, we will be rotating our DM chairs. So this was the finale of my story, and who is DMing next? You may share and speak forward. Speak or forever hold your peace. Who is DMing next?
Dun, dun, dun.
Do.
It will be me.
Yes,
it will be me.
It shall be Mr. Holmes.
Yes.
Will be returning to the DM chair, so he will be leading us through season 7. Some concoction of things. Maybe he'll take some stuff I created.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe he'll take some new stuff.
No more snails.
Might be some new stuff coming out. Like Wizards often comes out with new stuff. So who knows?
What it'll be.
Yeah. So definitely looking forward to it. We had a fun time in our first ride through like Avernus that like a Cicero helmed us through. So looking forward to it for season 7. So we will let you know once we get more details about dates or anything that are like that. But we will be coming at you. Hopefully it'll be in person. We don't really know like how long obviously quarantining and stuff are going to be. We're pretty much prepared to do it remotely if we have to.
Right.
But obviously we want to be in person, but we also want to be safe. Cicero, you want to share any thoughts behind what your plans are? Any hints? Just spoil everything.
Yeah. So first, what we're gonna do is what I will say for everyone is to expect the unexpected. It's like a season of Big Brother. I am playing Julie Chen Moonves, and I will say expect the unexpected.
Cool. Good to know.
Left is right, up is down.
Cool. Yeah, and like I'm looking forward to having our first full season with the honey too. Like,
Yes.
Yay! I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm excited as well. So like we'll like have to see how we start the season. Maybe you're on a vengeance path to get paid, by the like maybe that's the driving point is you're like I didn't get a W-2, I need to file my taxes. And,
Dahani's quest for dough.
Yeah, cool. All right, cool. So yeah, let's go around for one last time in season 6. Go around, share your stuff and what you're doing now and what you're doing, in the near future. Let's start with Tanya.
Hey, I'm Tanya. You can find me at Cypher Tier everywhere. I think under my face, my Twitter handle is there. That's my name everywhere. The other thing I'm doing is DMing Dragon Age over on the Wandering DMs channel on Thursdays. We just had our 3rd episode. We've got 5 more planned. Who knows what could happen after episode 8? We may be stuck in Thetis. We are looking for our favorite apostate, Anders. And Fenris is the Inquisitor, so let's see what happens. But that's Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, on the Wandering DMs channel with a wonderful cast of characters.
Also,
Hi. Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Brandon. I played Renleadon. You can find me on socials on Twitter at IamBrandonTV. You can find me here on Twitch at IamBrandon. I've been streaming a lot more lately, so you can check me over there. This week I'm going to be on a podcast happening this week, and then also I'm going to be a part of the St. Jude summit that's happening. We're doing a panel on team fundraising, so that will be on Thursday at I think 2:30 PST, I believe. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just kind of working and trying to survive in this whole craziness. So that's pretty much what's going on with me.
Sweet.
Hey guys, I am Cicero Holmes. I played Perrin Underbow, your halfling bard. You can find me on all social media platforms at Stubby Stan, which is right there, guys, right there. Let's see, what do I have going on? Lots of podcasts. Just check my social media platforms for promotions of those podcasts, both on the Discovery Debrief podcast, also lots of podcasts on the Incomparable Network, maybe some fun and exciting news coming forward in the future. So stay tuned.
Mhm.
And I am Latia Bryant at the Lady Tiefling at all places. This Saturday and for the next Saturday, I will be appearing on Beetle and Grimm's Twitch channel. I will be joining Matt Lillard, Critical Bard, Michaela Sims, Jen Kretschmer, and our DM Justice Armand for his circus-themed story. There will be clowns. There will be milk. I have no idea what to expect. But it's going to be a good time. So I will retweet that because I cannot remember what time it is, but I will retweet that so that you know when to come /Beetle and Grimm's. We're going to have a good, wacky, crazy time.
Nice.
Good. Can you share what your character is going to be? Or is it still secret?
I don't want to. I know what my character is going to be, but I don't want to share it.
All right. Very cool. All right, cool. And I'm Sharif Jackson. Catch my stuff at sharifjackson.com, SHAREEF Jackson.com, and also Sharif Jackson on all social media. Don't have much else going on aside from my normal tutoring and game playing and stuff. I thought the pandemic would be a time that I would start doing more streaming, but it hasn't happened. So, so not really doing that. So yeah, we're just chilling. But once again, y'all, thank you everybody for watching and supporting Rivals over 60 episodes. This has been great. Man, like we like consistently get like great feedback. And like make sure to pass that feedback on to Wizards as well, because like we want to make sure that like there are more shows that are that are like ours, right? We don't want to be one of the only ones that people mention when they talk about like diverse casts, right? It should be more of a normal thing. So make sure to give them that feedback. We may be posting content before the start of season 7 as well, so make sure to check the podcast feed, check our Twitch, and check the D&D channel as well. We might have some other people joining us for next season. We're not sure yet, but we'll see what's in the cards. So for that, y'all, we are out for season 6. See y'all when season 7 starts.
Bye.
Peace.
Love you.
Bye.